have been in middle school or high school at some point, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, when you get into middle school and high school, you have these things at the end of every quarter or semester called final exams. And they're worth like 15% of your grades, so it's kind of a big deal if you don't pass them, right? Well, I've always done pretty well in school, so this past year we had a week in geometry to study, and I thought, I'm fine, I don't need to study, I'm going to ace this thing, because, I'm awesome. So, when we had time to study, I did pretty much everything I studied. I listened to music, I doodled, I talked to people, and I even studied for other classes instead of the one I was in. Not very smart guys don't do that. But my teacher, he noticed, and he never got angry or yelled at me, but he'd walk around and be like, tap my desk, study guys, what you doing? And like, I'd look down, feel like I'm doing something, I might consider a problem or two, and then I'd go back to doing absolutely nothing productive at all. So I was like, I got this. So I studied. And he'd do it again, he kept doing it. No, it wasn't his grade on the line, he didn't have to try to help me. He knew that I was a good student, but he also knew that I was setting myself up for total failure. And a bad grade would be like the end of the world to me. Well, come exam day, I kind of realized how wrong I was, because like 2 problems in, I was stuck. And stuff that should have been simple, I should have been done with, might as well have been rocket science for all I knew. And so I wound up getting a D- on this test. Worst grade I've gotten in my life. I was pretty upset. I was pretty upset. But, I realized, if I would have listened and followed the direction the teacher was pointing me towards, I would have, I wouldn't have bombed the test. I would have had it, but I was like, I'm good. I don't need to follow you. And, maybe for you it's not studying. Maybe it's when your mom tells you to take out the trash and you wait until the 2nd or 3rd or 10th time she tells you to. And by that point, it's like way past school and your mom's angry. So you just made more work for yourself and you had an angry mother. Not good. And if you would have listened the first time, it would have been easy. Pull trash bag out, trash can. Done. Simple. Maybe it's sports. Maybe when your baseball coach tells you you practice your batting and you don't. Game day, you go up to the plate and you strike out. Or maybe it's when you're playing a video game on your laptop and that little box pops up, battery low, and you're like, I'm in the middle of my game, I'll get it in a minute, and then it dies in the middle of your game. Not a happy moment. But God is kind of like that teacher or the coach or your mom who keeps trying to redirect you even though they don't have to. And he doesn't get angry, and he doesn't yell at you, he keeps trying and trying and trying. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I was ready and I blinked. Give me a minute.
Wiggles.
Wiggles, I know, I didn't wiggle enough. Alright, this is what happens when you drop a paper, so drop a paper.
But, that thing.
That's my problem. Okay, I got it. Now I'm going to start over. It didn't happen. Last 5 minutes did not happen.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Okay. All right, I got it. I'm sorry, I was ready and I wasn't, but I'm ready again. Okay, he continues to give you chance after chance after chance, even though we don't deserve it, and we deserve to be punished right away. Like the moment we mess up, we deserve to be punished immediately, and we're not. And the punishment for sin, guys, it's death. And everyone in this room has sinned at some point, right? So we all deserve to die. And sometimes we get caught up in that and we think, I messed up too bad this time. God can't accept me back. We get so stuck in that mindset that we don't even try. You think God hates you and he just wants to see you punished. But in 2 Peter 3:9 it says, the Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some believe. Instead, he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to repent. And you might be sitting in your seat right now thinking, it's easy for her to say. Because, look at her, she's up there preaching to me. She's never been in my position. She's never been as far gone as I am. God he can't fix what I've done. But you're wrong. No one's ever too far from God. I'm up here talking to you guys, and up until a week ago, I wasn't walking with God. I fell away from God, and I lied and hid stuff from my parents. And I was talking to people I shouldn't have been talking to, and I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. And I knew. But I kept doing it because I thought, I'm going to do what I want to do. Why do I have to follow someone I can't see? Why do I have to follow God when he's not here? And what I want to do is here. So I did my own thing, and it hurt me. What you're doing, it is hurting you. And if you don't want to take my word for it, then you can look in the Bible. There was this woman who was caught in the act of adultery, and she was brought before Jesus by all of her peers who were ready to see her stoned, ready to see her pay for her sin. And she knew what she'd done was wrong. She knew she'd messed up, and she couldn't deny it. There was nothing she could do. She was caught in the middle of it. There was no questioning her innocence. And everyone knew it. Jesus knew it. And so there she was, standing before the Son of God, the only man on the face of the earth that has never sinned. And she'd just been caught in a huge sin. And Jesus was asked to judge her and ask, what do we do? Don't know about you, but that is one position I would not want to be in. If her peers who have sinned, because all of us have sinned, were ready to see her pay for what she'd done, what do you think she thought Jesus would do? He knew no sin. If they were all outraged, he would have had been beyond outraged, But instead of doing anything right away, he bent down and he wrote in the sand with his finger, completely unconcerned with the mistake she just made. And so everyone's standing there and they're like, Jesus, what do we do? Direct us. Do we stone her? And after a while, Jesus stood back up and he said, let any of you who has never sinned